Hey guys, so it's a really nice day up here today. Hope everybody's having fun at the Garage Gang extravaganza there in Florida. And today here's what I'm going to try and sort out. I'm going to try and climb under this thing and see if I can sort out what's up with the oil pressure on it. I've got this thing. I'm going to drain all the oil out of it and see if I can get this through the through the drain plug hole and figure out if indeed the pickup has dropped off of the oil pump on this thing. A little windy today, but not too bad. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Now, here's something I didn't think of checking before I went and I drained all the oil out. The guy I bought it off of said he changed the oil. When he saw no oil pressure, the first thing he did is he changed the oil and he replaced the filter. And I never thought to actually check the oil level before I went and I drained the oil out just now. Because I just noticed that not a hell of a lot of oil came out of that oil pan. So I'm wondering if he didn't massively underfill this thing. But in any case, there was still a problem before he changed the oil. So we'll continue the investigation here. I'll show you how much I got out of this thing. Okay, so it's a little difficult to see. Here's a 5-gallon jug that I just drained the engine oil out of. And I swear it doesn't look like there's more than a liter, maybe 2 liters in there. So either as it sat over the course of the winter, it all leaked away, which is entirely possible. Or I don't see any real big, oil slick under here. Or that was probably about all the oil that would have been in the filter if you preloaded the filter. So I think he might have under-oiled it here. Okay, so I didn't get anything useful out of the camera there, so I'm going to fish around inside the oil pan with the screwdriver and just see if I feel anything loose in there. I don't know how well I'm going to work. I might go and grab my magnetic pickup and see if I find anything there as well. Okay, so fished around in there with a screwdriver, didn't feel anything loose. I was tapping on the pickup. I think that was what I was seeing when I was first inserting the inspection camera. It's still connected and it didn't feel loose, so I guess that's okay. So I'm going to put the plug back in and dump in some 1030 and see what happens when I start this thing, because it looks like it didn't. Well, I got to measure it, but it looks like it didn't have a hell of a lot of oil in it. Okay, got it going. And how do you like that? Oil pressure. I don't know what the hell, what is it? Looks like about 350 kPa translates to in PSI, but that is better than 0. So it looks like his problem when he sold this truck to me was when he changed his oil, he didn't put anything more in. It looks like a liter in. To me, that's unfathomable. That's why I never checked the oil when I got the thing. I always just assumed that he put enough in. Go figure, eh? Check everything. Seems to be running well. Crap blowing around in there. There you go. Let's have a look underneath and see if we see anything leaking. That's why I put this piece of cardboard under here. A whole bunch of rust fell off this thing. That wet spot is from some of that fogging spray that dripped on the ground. So I'll just run this thing for a couple of minutes and go from there. I suppose I should shut this thing off so it isn't fighting the charger. Well, I've been running it for a few minutes here. Oil pressure hasn't dropped. And the temperature is slowly coming up. It's not coming up real fast. So I don't think there's any problem with the oil pump in this thing. I think he ran it without oil. I don't know what to say about that one. Seems to be running well, idling well. Hear it at the exhaust here. New exhaust system in this thing. It needs a lot of rust repair. There you go. Ah, the odor. Anyways, so there you go, guys. I guess my $500 truck, all it needed was one spark plug and 5 quarts of oil. So just a clarification, I went over and I spoke to my neighbor, and he did not change the oil after he had the initial problems with oil pressure with this truck. He changed the oil filter. So what I think happened was he said he was having intermittent oil pressure before he changed the filter, and so he changed the filter to see if that fixed the problem. And I think what he did was he removed half a liter or so of oil when he changed the filter, because he wouldn't have pre-oiled the replacement filter, and that was just enough to drop the pickup below the minimum level that he needed to have any oil pressure at all. So he said there was a little bit of oil on the dipstick, but I think what happened was he you know how it always splashes up. So nevertheless, he was basically out of oil is what it was. In any case, he didn't want it back, so he wasn't too worried about that. So it looks like the $500 truck, the fix was 5 liters of oil. So probably going to not do much more with it for right now, because I'm going to need to do the brakes. I need to replace the windshield because it's cracked, before I can get this thing on the road, and then I have to sort out with that cab mount underneath the rust. Anyways, guys, thanks again for watching.